All right, this is Three Guys and a Cartridge, episode 1, brand new podcast with your host Eric and your co-host
Sam's
and Anthony, Roger the Great.
Perfect. Wonderful, guys. One day we'll get it good.
I don't think so. Do you? I years. You sound like I've been smoking for 30 years.
Oh, they're always fun. So, on our plate today, as far as subjects and news... Go
I
ahead.
wasn't sure who was supposed to go first.
Right? I didn't know. That's why
You
I came out of nowhere.
Well, last time you went first, so I thought it would just go the same.
Sorry, I'm recording this while using the toilet. Jeez.
Nice. You said you gotta pinch it
While
out.
you're playing second, son.
Multitasking.
You got to angle those mirrors right. If you angle those
Right?
mirrors right, it's all good.
No, you just bring the TV in with you.
I don't know. Around the bathtub, that's unsafe. It could fall in the toilet. Electricity.
I don't keep
He
my
probably-
bathtub. Do you keep your bathtub full at all times?
Maybe.
Why would it be unsafe? My bathtub's dry right now.
I'm on a constant alert that I might accidentally shit my pants, so I'd like to jump into a tub full of water.
Like a Final Destination moment happens, you bring your TV in, and then all of a sudden it starts like leaking, and then it goes even faster, and then it makes you slip. Jeez.
Oh.
How did he die? He was electrocuted while playing video games.
Fun moment into my history. I went to see Final Destination with my father, and we went to Lompoc, and so we had a long drive home, and on our way to the theater, there was somebody driving on the wrong side of the freeway, and we had to like swerve out of the way to dodge it. And so on our way home, I was like, what if that was our Final Destination moment? And I was like, oh my God, we're skipping death. And he's like, shut the hell up. And he's like, I'm never going to take you to these movies again. I got all quiet. He like didn't want any of it. My fantasy was going crazy. All right, so news lined up today. We're gonna talk Destiny news and content. We're gonna talk the images of Joker and Nightcrawler, and our final subject is gonna be, can games go too far? So to start off, are you having a good laugh there? Are you getting it out?
Why would you do that?
I didn't know. I was like a little kid. I thought I had skipped death.
I'm surprised you didn't keep running with it. He like ground you for a while.
Yeah. I probably did. I probably went with it way too far. Just by myself at that point. I got to the point where I like started setting up like murder scenarios that he would fall into, but then he would escape due to my setup. Oh, Sam bounced out. So
I just said that.
I don't have my controller on me. Oh, this
Fucking
is bad.
retard.
All right, so I got the news lineup here, or I guess the subject lineup. So we're gonna go over new Destiny content. They have a bunch of news, Prison of Elders, all that stuff, possible future content. I want to go over the Joker and Nightcrawler images, and at the end, we'll spend some time talking about if games can go too far, examples, our personal opinion on it, I guess. So we can start with new Destiny news. We all play Destiny. We love it. It's great. I guess for the most part.
Really
I mean,
far. That's
Hi.
really far.
Yeah.
That's-
What are you? Why are you putting lies in my mouth?
well-
Yes, don't speak for me.
I don't know. I feel like we play Destiny enough where it could be great.
Little fast and loose with the word
Go-
great.
Let's stop. Like, it could be great. Is it great? I don't know.
I took a break from it, but it's gotten better. I feel like it's getting better.
Premature.
Maybe it hasn't gotten better.
Premature. Premature.
All right. So our first bit of content
let's see how you
was.
feel after Iron Banner. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I will destroy, man. I've been doing good. I got up to 7 KDR today.
No, dude, it's a different beast. It's a
Cause
different
you
beast.
fucking cheated.
I didn't
Save
cheat
the
when I was
podcast.
playing with you guys.
Save it for the podcast. We should be discussing this.
This is the
podcast.
Okay.
Wait, you're recording already?
Yeah, this is the podcast, my friend. We are
You
live.
didn't even. Oh, okay, my bad.
I had my moment of silence there. I said I was going to cut it in. We had a moment of interruption, as you will find out in previous segment. And there was a giant section of time there that passed, folks.
A giant.
You-
Jeez.
we went on the
Destiny is
backside.
great, and now you're saying it's a giant. Come on.
The backside of that was that there was time had passed.
don't-
Little did you know, it won't seem like it at all.
I don't think.
So they revealed their social space. One thing I want to make note of that is they revealed their social space. They revealed that all purples will be able to upgrade to the 34 cap. Exotics will get upgraded to whatever the cap is at, whether it's armor or weapons, and all the upgrades will stay there. So you won't have to re-level. I imagine that goes with the purple gear too. So I guess my first note really about it, since we're all Destiny lovers here, is that they're obviously making the gear grind less, because now it's just not in-game content. It's not a weekly reset that we're waiting for. It's that we can not only get gear from Prison of Elders or Trial of Osiris, but that we can get gear from our old stuff using the mats we get from it.
That was Trials of Orisis.
Orisis? It was at one point. I mean,
That's how you would pronounce it, but I didn't have the heart to tell you it was wrong.
I feel like Bungie might have wanted people to pronounce it that way, and not enough were. So
It's not even
Fucking go to
spelled like
school?
that.
how? You so dumb.
It's fucking third grade shit, nigga.
Oh my god. This is hooked on phonics. Jeez. You can phonetically sound it out.
Let's
You
see.
were so dumb.
It was so
The grind
dumb.
is actually the grind is getting less because if you saw weapons start out at the level like at the damage cap. They
Yeah,
start
I mean-
out at 365, so you don't even have those weapon the weapon tiers anymore when you look at the weapon. It's just the perks.
So it's going from 331 to 365. Numbers really don't matter. Everything kind of levels with you or whatever. I don't know. I feel like there's such small differences between the stat boosts. But I mean, as far as we look as the game as a whole, you instantly get your weapon up there because from what I gather, I think exotics, it only takes like an exotic shard, right? And something else.
I thought it was that new thing.
I want to say
material.
that is only for purple gear.
Maybe.
I'm almost positive. So exotics will be day oneers for most people who have been grinding and getting all those stats, or getting all those materials. I don't know if this is a good direction. What are your thoughts on it? Does there need to be more grinding? Should the only gear that you get is the new gear, or should you be able to have this upgrade system?
I don't think. Do we play for the grind? We don't play for the grind as much as we play for the carrot on the stick. We play for the loot drops, so the grinding isn't really that big of a deal.
Yeah, but if the carrot on the stick is like, get a material and then use your material and then you're done, don't you feel like there's less to do then? Because then at that point, if you have fully upgraded everything and you're running the content, I mean, it's become...
The only thing you're not grinding though on new gear is you're still is the weapon damage. You're still grinding perks.
No. Everything will be filled in. So when they upgraded the Galahorn, they upgraded the Vex Mytho class, they upgraded it. It turned to 365, all bubbles filled in.
When you
I imagine
old
it works
gear-
for the same for armor.
when you upgrade old gear, it will be automatic, but new gear starts off at the damage cap, but you still have to get the perks unlocked.
Yeah, so like, I mean, for instance, you could go week 1. It sounds like maybe 1 or 2 events will give you a for sure, what is it called? Etheric light or something like that? Eccentric light?
I believe so. I can bing it.
Bing that.
I will bing that.
Anthony,
Bing
what are
is
your
better than
thoughts? What are your
Google.
thoughts on making, I don't know, they're not as much as a gear grind. Like, you're not grinding for gear as much.
Well, I see. So you have those people that only want one character and they're just gonna level it up and be done. And then especially if they're just using, if they have a warlock and another warlock, then they're just gonna do the same thing and transfer gear, so they can do double whatever maybe. But
I don't think the grind matters.
well, it can be pretty. Exotic weapon grinding right now takes pretty long.
I think here's another thing I did to combat it, because obviously this is going to be a problem. Right here on my note, quick side note, exotic gear won't take etheric light or etheric.
That's what it's called.
I think etheric is how it's pronounced. Exotic gear won't take etheric light to ascend. It will only burn 1 exotic shard among other common resources.
Like weapon parts and glimmer.
And so Zur will no longer offer that service, so you'll just be able to do it straight from the weapon to ascend it. You got 34 gear, and you got
It's etheric.
Yeah, etheric. This is the thing again. Orisis. I'm pretty sure.
No, it's ignorant.
So, in their stream, they talked about how there's the Fallen faction now, and that they're releasing multiple sets of Fallen gear. So there's all the different factions. I think there's House of Wolves, there's House of Devils. What was the green one on Mars called?
The House of Wolves is different.
Yeah, the House of Wolves is what the Queen took over.
It's the Devil's Lair.
The Devil's Lair, because it was the House of Devils.
And then Winter's Run.
We can look this up.
Bing it, Anthony. So,
you don't have to bing it. It's on the stupid Grimoire cards. Come on, bro.
So
this is day 1 shit.
It's Grimoire. It's Grimoire.
Yeah, Grimoire.
Fuck.
It's Grimoire. See, that's how you appropriately answer. It's like, that's what you're just like, who cares?
So, I mean, really, to compensate for the fact that possibly you get new gear quicker and you're going to be 34 cap right away, I mean, then it becomes like, oh, do I want to have red Fallen gear? Do I want to have purple Fallen gear? Do I want to have,
I found it.
Okay.
Okay, so it's House of Devils, House of Exile, House of Winter, House of Kings, and House of Wolves.
So House of Kings is the one that we kill when we get our ship, because we kill that main leader, and I think they're done. House of Exile is Mars. Or not Mars, the moon.
Venus? Oh, the moon?
Yeah, it's the green guys.
Yeah, I think.
So
House of Wolves.
I feel like they have the customization factor down, and basically, so they're allowing people to get 34
they all look
gear.
like fucking. All these bastards look like green reskins.
Yeah, well, who knows how the gear will look? The gear could be a little bit different between them. I mean, at this point, you'll probably only pick your favorite color. I mean, honestly, it will probably be just different colors. But okay, so you got that gear. You can ascend the new gear for Dead Orbit, New Monarchy, and Future War Cult. But you'll have to get it first, level it up, and then you can ascend it, I believe, because I don't think it'll be a 34 cap gear.
You're gonna send all purple, right?
Yeah.
All legendary.
So potentially you can be 34 with the new monarchy, future war cult, dead orbit. You got your different fallen factions. Queen's Guard gear drops from Prison of Elders.
What?
That's what I think they said on the thing. They went to the Queen's Guard. She didn't have armor. They said there's an armor set. It drops from Prison of Elders. And they asked if it was token exchange, and he said no. It directly drops from the event. So there'll be some kind of Queen's armor that's 34 capped. So really, I mean, I guess if you look at it, it's not that bad because you got the people who can grind to 34 real quick, get to 34, and then you have a multitude of sets that you can chase after, level up, and then ascend and make. I mean, essentially, you're kind of like customizing your character end game wise. It feels much more relaxed, I guess. But, I mean, thoughts on that? Do people like that system? Sam?
The system of just upgrading or the drop?
The fact that, like, it's kind of pushing more towards this, like, customization. Like, 34 seems like an easy thing to do now. Possibly a day one thing. And
yeah,
now it's like
more
you can get to
about-
34 real fast, but then it's like, well, what armor set do you want to pick and ascend up so that you're level 34 in that armor set?
So in all actuality, they're taking the grind away, and they're really just looking for aesthetics now, right?
I mean, they essentially, it looked like they took the grind away, but then if you get tempted by aesthetics, you have to grind for that gear again. So there's a whole multitude of options. I mean, you can go and get like a new monarchy set, and then you'll have to level it, and essentially that's grinding. And then you have to grind for the materials to ascend it all, and then you'll be a 34 cap with new monarchy gear.
I mean, I could care less what they do if they go to grind to aesthetics. I mean, I really care about if it's going to be fun to play. Like, if they focused on, oh, let's make everybody look cool now, instead of everyone grind to become the highest level. But if the game is still not, I don't know, the Prison of Elders or Trials of Osiris isn't good, then I'm just going to be pissed. I don't care what I look like, really. Most of the time I'm not looking at my character, I'm looking at my gun, because it's a first-person shooter.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I know for a fact Anthony cares about how he looks.
Well, then
He tells me all the time.
Damn right.
It's a first-person shooter, why do you care?
I just like to piss Eric off.
It's because he keeps using the damn.
I
Hey, fuck you, buddy. I'm gold.
It's because. Oh, Iron Banner! It will be so much fun tomorrow. It's because he keeps using the dance emote, so then he can just watch his character the whole time, or the pointing over and over again.
It's just you don't really watch yourself when you're playing game.
Hey, my gun matches my whole entire outfit. I don't care what you say. I look badass.
Wow, you're right. That matters.
So.
Everyone cares. Like, I would rather than fix bug issues. I'd rather than fix bug issues and make the gameplay just super smooth and fluid than care about how I look. Everyone complains, oh my gosh, everybody looks the same, all end gear, it's not enough customization. That's a stupid complaint.
I think it's a good. I don't know, man. I feel like that's a good move if people are complaining about everybody looking the same.
It's smart. Everyone's complaining. I'm telling you, I'm definitely the dark horse right here. Like, I'm devil's advocate. People are leaning towards customization. I'm like, why does it matter? It's more about gameplay, right? What you're looking at yourself when, like, what is it? Expansion or not expansion? Update 1.1.2. They're like, oh, you can wear your helmet in the tower now.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks. But,
Yeah, that was a little unneeded.
Atheon's still broken, and so is Crota. But thanks.
Yeah.
But then they hit me with, oh, only 15% of people actually raid. Oh, well, I'm part of that 15, and I feel like I got shafted.
Yeah. Anthony, what faction will you jump to when the expansion hits? What gear are you gonna get to 34?
I'm wearing it.
That's it? You're just gonna stay with what? You're not gonna make a jump? You're not gonna have some fallen armor, some Queen's Guard maybe?
It depends.
Really
what it
loving
looks
Dead
like.
Orbit. I know you got that Dead Orbit emblem.
I care about perks. Perks.
Perks.
Okay, so let me see. Right now I'm wearing the Vault headpiece for Warlock, Praxis Fire, and then I'm wearing Iron Banner arms because they have like cool metal shoulders on them.
Yeah, they look cool. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking cool. And then for boots, I haven't really found boots yet, so maybe they'll have something cool. And then the shader I'm using turns my boots blue, so I'm trying to stay away from that. It's weird.
No one
I don't
called my
like-
hypocrite.
So I
keep
feel-
going.
I feel like you're really not going to change anything then at this point. You're
No
you're
one
not
tell
the
my
person they're
hypocrite
building this
comment.
game for, Anthony. I thought you were, with how much you cared.
I went on a rant.
I have a black shader, and my black shader turns all the... It turns all the cloth black, but it turns all the, like, armor pieces white, and I'm like, well, I just want to be a pure black, so... You fucked me. Really, really fucked me.
Amazing.
You could at least wine and dine me before you fucked me.
So when I was being a hypocrite, saying like, those shoulder pads do look cool. When I just went on a rant saying it doesn't even matter, you don't even see yourself, but I'm like, yeah, dude, that actually looks cool. I found an
I
argument
got fucking
saying
trees on my shoulders.
why it matters, because when other players look at you, they can see how you look, and so it's essentially an expression of who you are in game.
Yeah.
Maybe when they put those kill cams in and we're in Crucible and you just stare at that guy that fucking murdered you.
There kind of is a kill
Yeah.
cam, by the way. It highlights their
Kinda.
body, and you get to watch them run around for 5 seconds.
Yeah, but you're like, if you get sniped, then you're just looking at him from far away.
But if he never
Yeah.
moves, you're like, I know where that guy is, so I'm gonna backstab him. All
I
right.
mean,
Eh.
okay.
So we talked about how gameplay is important. The new content that hasn't really been officially announced, but there's been a little bit of stuff announced for it, I guess, or details. Prison of Elders is changing every week. So essentially, there's your gameplay. Not much else has been released. From what I saw, there's like judgment tokens. There's like certain tokens you can collect that looks like you can turn them in for a random Prison of Elders reward. So maybe like I feel like they're pushing like maybe like you didn't get any gear, but at the end of every raid we'll give you a judgment token so you can get some random package. That could be a possible way they push it. It also looks like I think one was called like a stone tier and one was called something else. So I'm thinking maybe they have modifiers and it is different every week. So 1 week, Vex will be the greatest thing in the world to bring into it. Thoughts on this, guys? What do you think, Anthony?
I just want to throw this out there. I've been saying since day one that customization matters, because at the end of the game and you've unlocked everything and you have nothing to do and you're just doing PvP or some shit like you're helping a friend, the only thing left to do is to customize your character.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean and that's if they can hold people there. I mean, if the gameplay's not good or you're not having fun in the raid, the customization I think is losing.
That's what happens to every MMO though. Like look at WoW. People do raids over and over again so they can get this stupid weapon that they can transmog to make their character look better.
Yeah. I mean, it's a much bigger arsenal though. But
Like
Yeah,
what's that fucking big ass bow in the Sunwell that drops, not the super epic orange one, but the other one that looks just like it and it's a purple. It has a lower drop rate than the purple one or something like that.
no idea. I played WoW a little bit. I didn't raid all that much. That all the fans will know exactly what you're talking about, bro. I think there is some truth to customization matters in game. I definitely think it masks the game's probably repetitive nature towards the end. So maybe you feel like you're kind of on this grind, but since you keep getting new gear and you want to have your guy look cool, but also be the 34 cap, it gets masked a little bit there. Maybe. But
Yeah.
back to Prison of Elders. Thoughts?
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
So possibly they're changing. It's changing every week, not possibly. There was like a tier of stone. I'm thinking possibly modifiers are different every week. So like one day it'll be good to bring in Vex, one day it'll be good to bring in Fatebringer. I mean, what are our thoughts on this? Do you think this is a way the game should go?
It's definitely a way to get all your
Keep-
weapons leveled up and just have something in your arsenal to bring till next week.
It's a way to keep it fresh too.
Yeah.
And then
If it's changing
essentially,
all the week.
you're keeping people from just having like that one good weapon, like Suros Regime forever.
Yeah.
But if it has more benefit to bring in like a fire weapon or a complete fire arsenal. Here's my only problem. I feel like when Nightfalls do the whole solar burn, it's a way easy. Like I bring in a couple solar weapons and I make a mess of things, and it's honestly about just maximizing my damage really quick and just burning through everything.
But the reason why it does is because solar, I feel, has a lot better weapons. Where like there's no real good arc rocket launcher exotic. Where like solar has, you know, Vision of Confluence is a great solar primary, and then you have like Black Hammer or Icebreaker, which is a great solar primary, or which most people, if they are lucky enough to have it, just equip Galley, which is solar, and just shreds through enemies. But if it's
Yeah.
like Void, there's only a couple Void primaries. There's only Word of Crota and Atheon's Epilogue, so it's kind of like a little bit more of a grind, because there's not that many choices for Void damage weapons. And then with Arc, it has a little bit more choices, but there's no... The Thunderlord, but I mean, rocket launchers are pretty OP in general. Like if you have a Void, like if you have Truth, that's pretty decent rocket launcher. Blast radius is huge on it, and it's Void, so if it's a Void burn, it does pretty decent damage. But there's no arc rocket launcher. You can roll one, like I have a Raided Fury I rolled as arc, but it's just okay. And I have a Valedictorian that I rolled.
So,
Sorry.
well, okay, here's my issue. You got patience and time as a sniper. Because the snipers do like huge damage. Like you can pretty much two-shot everything.
Yeah.
And I got my Praetus Revenge. And then for solar I got Galley. And at that point I can kind of like win over any encounter.
What's wrong with that?
I feel
you
like...
grinded, you earned...
Yeah. Well, if that's the
Did he
endgame
earn it,
content
though?
for Prison of
Did he?
Elders, we won't have problems with that. I mean...
No, because I mean, I like the social aspect and the FPS part of it. Like I like just joining in, and if it's like easy, then you really just screw around and fight some guys and have some fun.
Well, I feel like the best it ever was, honestly, was Vault of Glass, because I feel like there was an honest effort to get good at it, and then after that, you could really dick around the whole time and have a good time, and you were still beating the encounter. And like honestly, towards the end, even with the random teleportation, I mean, there was kind of like a natural flow with it. Yeah, I think that was good times. Crota seems way too banging your head against a wall most of the times.
Not on normal, on hard.
Yeah, on hard is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but come when you're 34. The difficulty's artificial. When you become 33, it's going to be a lot easier.
Yeah, but I feel like if that's the end game content that you have to grind over and over again, make it enjoyable, but maybe make it like there's a history of effort behind it, not just like Prison of Elders today is arc burn. Everybody get patience and time. Like, let's all one shot everything, and we'll have a good time.
I thought it's gonna be waves.
Yeah, but
Ooh, what about
they're
if
saying
each-
it's different from every week. So like either it's different from every week, maybe on enemies. I mean, that's
I
another
don't
way it
think
could go.
But you're just
probably.
speculating if there's a burn. What about if there's no burn?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, that's another way. I'm not in favor of burning. I hope there's no burns in there.
I think
So
at one point there will be. People will complain, like, say they make it difficult. What about if Prison of Elders is, okay, 32 to start, and then it's 35 for hard?
I don't think there'll be a hard mode.
You don't think so?
No,
Everything has
it's not a
modifiers.
raid. There's no
Not
hard
raid,
mode for
but-
anything else. There's
No,
difficulty adjusters, but
Yeah.
I think the way they're gonna like
Well,
the
no,
way
I
it kind of
thought
looks is
that-
like
I thought there was gonna be one for like, what is it,
Nightfall's
32,
hard.
and then it's gonna be a 34 one.
Nightfall's hard. It tells you when you play it, it's hard.
I don't know. I know. I mean it's a smaller scale event. I don't think there's a hard mode. I mean I guess we'll find out. We'll definitely
would put
find
me
out.
on it.
Not
If
this
you're-
Wednesday, but next.
If you're in favor for no hard mode, and I'll say there is a hard mode, I will put money on it.
That there's a hard mode?
Yeah.
We can make a bet right now. There will not be a hard mode. I guarantee it.
What are we betting?
I don't
guarantee
know.
there will be.
With the podcast
you
naked
can buy
if you
me-
lose.
The what?
The podcast naked if you lose.
As if that will even matter. It'll just be awkward for your family.
Exactly.
I lost the bet.
So I'd bet you have to buy me Comet, but it looks like Ivan's already going to be doing that.
All right, we buy next DLC after comment.
All right, deal. The season pass should be $30, so we'll bet on the season pass
Deal.
because that's 2 DLCs at $20 a piece. I think the season pass was 30 for these two, so it should work out the same way.
Guaranteeing.
Okay, so if
There's
there
no
is
hard
no
mode.
mention of hard mode, and that has to be the word that's used.
Okay.
I guess if there's no difficulty adjuster, and if it's just random every week, then that's not a hard mode, right?
No. If
Okay,
there's a
and then
difficulty
is a
adjuster, if you can make it harder, wouldn't that be hard mode? But you want this specific
so hard mode would just be
mode.
one difficulty adjustment then, right?
Yeah, that's how it is always. But
Okay.
I mean, every raid they always announce hard mode, right? And people always went nuts.
Yeah, we'll lock this
Yeah.
bet in right now. Click.
Deal.
All right. Trial of Osiris. It looks like you have to win so many matches. I guess the number might be 5, and you can only
In a
lose 3
row.
times before they kick you out.
Yeah.
I mean, we can speculate a little bit, but I feel like they're gonna reveal it
Next
here in like a day,
Or-
pretty much.
week.
Wednesday,
Yeah, on Wednesday, yeah.
pretty much. I think it's like, isn't it like 11 p.m. PST? Bungie Twitch.
I don't know. Bungie's weird.
So it looks like you can spend whatever the currency is in that event to buy potions that either give you 2 wins starting off or 1 win starting off or other random stuff like that. So it seems like maybe it's not so much reliant on PvP, and I don't know.
Chance because some people are good at PvE and mediocre at PvP, but they still want the loot. So
Yeah,
when people do that, I feel like it helps out those people.
Yeah, I think it's them just broadening their horizon too, because basically now there's a PvP end game and a PvE end game.
I know players who've never stepped foot in the PvP, and I feel like if they get a chance to have 2 wins under their belt just starting out, it would give them a little bit of an incentive to step into the cruise.
Yeah, and then I want to say from what it was leaked is that Trial of Osiris will be exclusively skirmish, so 3v3 teams
Pretty cool.
and you have to
That's
get
pretty
invited into it, is what the original leaked info was. What do people think about them forcing one gameplay mode for their essential end-game PvP content?
Well, I think it's kind of just like when Iron Banner hits or anything, right? It's one particular game mode. I mean, they never do skirmish. It's usually control for Iron Banner, but Inferno was, I think, Rampage at one point, or not Rampage, the one where it was just you didn't have to hold spots. It was just plain kills.
Oh,
Clash.
Clash, yeah. So I think it'd be cool, but since it is only Friday to Tuesday, I feel it should change like Prison of Elders.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's the other thing too. I didn't mention it. The event starts on Friday and will end on reset, which is Tuesday. So,
I think that's pretty cool. It gives you a chance to do like Prison of Elders between Tuesday and Friday, and then you can just focus on Trials of Osiris come the weekend.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if it's going to be like an in-game PvP thing, like why are they making an event? Why don't they just and the fact that it's every week. So every week, Friday to Tuesday, you can do this event. I mean, I feel like you're on the borderline of just letting somebody do it every day. So if some guy really can't play on the weekends, like why can't you just let him grind that out on like a Wednesday or a Thursday? I don't understand the point of that. My only thought is possibly like maybe there's not a cap on Trial of Osiris. So maybe to reduce the amount of gear people will get out of it, they're restricting the time that you can do it.
Like if a team keeps winning and winning, they can keep getting gear.
Yeah, like it doesn't lock you out of gear at any point, so you can continue to do the event forever. And if you are the best at it, you will just continually get gear. And maybe they just don't want that, so they're restricting it down. Would be my best thought.
Yeah,
but
I mean, we can speak more about it come Wednesday. We can speak a bit more about it next episode.
Yeah, next week I think we'll dive into it. One other note, I was playing a lot of PvP yesterday, just talking about PvP with some of my other clan members. Banning exotics in PvP. What are our thoughts?
That's dumb.
But so many exotics.
You were so dumb.
You was so dumb.
Just because you get killed by one, get better.
Yeah, but like, okay, so there are a lot of broken guns, supposedly broken. There's Thorn. There is
Broken how?
Last Word.
Question.
Hawkmoon. Well, Hawkmoon's dealing one-shotters because of the boost on damage.
Shot, yeah.
But it happens so often, I wouldn't even call it lucky.
Well, it's 3 out of a 12 chamber, so I can actually throw you percentages on that.
Yeah, 20%.
I don't know, man. It happens a lot when somebody uses Hawkmoon against me.
Yeah, apparently it can double stack. I didn't realize that.
Often by Hawkmoon. Well, I don't know why
I die a lot by Thorn. I was looking at Thorn today. Thorn has final round perk, which is apparently this thing people abuse. So if you get an LDR 5001 or Ifrit Speared, you can get the final round perk. You can shoot all your bullets except for the final round, and you can deal a one hit kill no matter where you hit them. As far as going through all that work to do that, apparently there are maps that better suit it and certain game modes, so you can dominate the PvP scene, at least as far as your stat sheet looks. I mean, your accuracy will probably be pretty bad because you shoot 2 bullets into the ground.
Those are exploits that happen all the time. Even in PvE, exploits are done, and say they are exploits, and they can get around to fixing it, but it also pushes you to think of how to combat it.
I mean, clearly, their amount of kills and them limiting super ammo or special has kind of like put a dent in this, and people are trying to calculate it out and stuff, and it looks like it would take a lot of work to get any kind of good at it. But the Thorn has that final round perk. I saw it hit me multiple times. It hit me for about 75% of my health bar, and then it poisons me for about an eighth of my bar. So pretty much that leaves you, if you're anywhere around 85% health, it's going to kill you. I don't know. I don't feel like it's that broken. It does feel abused. I don't know. I just feel like any cases of abuse in this game have always been from an exotic because of its random abilities. So, like, why wouldn't they... I mean, if they banned it and then they brought a set of PvP legendaries...
People
I
will
don't know.
still find ways to exploit. LDR 5000 is a legendary.
Yeah, and I think Ifrit Spirit is too.
Or what?
Yeah.
What is it that Warlock chest piece that gives you grenades when you spawn, and then you get a double grenade and just fucking spam it every time you die.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are just exploits. I always feel like the Crucible is really run with teams. It's more about communication than it is about if people can exploit. If someone's exploiting, you communicate, you take him out. It's really about communication.
Let's go play a match and test that out, cause
me and Sam did. I was doing like fairly well.
We were winning every single time.
Okay. Let's talk about Pocket Infinity, when everybody's running around with that before they nerfed the shit out of it.
Well, they nerfed it,
people are
so
running with
hypothetically they
shotguns.
fixed it.
Now people are running with shotguns. I'm telling you, there's always going to be something, and the people that can't overcome the obstacle are the ones who are going to complain.
Well, I've been having a ton of fun with PvP. I don't really know if they're broken guns to me. I don't use exotics though, so I wouldn't really mind if they got rid of them. Because they seem to be the only thing that kills me.
Yeah. Like, I typically use Red Death, and sometimes I don't even have an exotic equipped.
As far as PvP goes, I don't think exotics are as broken as supers. Like, I don't like being supered 5 times in the middle of the match, because that's when everybody gets their super.
Yeah.
Apparently also, Gonzo had witnessed this, but Cold 805, he witnessed like 3 bubbles being put up, and then people, like 2 hunters, getting their super and then killing people with their golden gun, dipping in and out of the bubbles, and then creating so many super bubbles that they could then super again the Titans. Because the Titans, unlike any other class, can actually build up a super while their bubble is active.
Yeah.
So maybe that's something they fix in the future. I don't know. I guess that really doesn't have anything to do with exotics. Some of the reason I brought it up too is because it's rumored, or it's been said by some people who have seen the full expansion, that there is a Crucible overhaul coming. Could anybody take a gander at what they think that might be?
I want to say like a hardcore mode with no map and no supers.
I mean, maybe less timed events. Maybe they'll open up the timed events to constantly being there. Like there'll be an Inferno playlist, and so people can play the Inferno modes if they want.
I was kind of hoping Inferno mode would be just what I just said, but it wasn't. Kind of bummed me out. Or
the way maybe getting reputation works, because they're getting rid of their commendations. I don't know. So anyways, I guess that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 19 days or 20 days away. Everything will be unveiled soon enough.
Yeah, 2 days, or Wednesday, so like a day, will be the Crucible overhaul. At least that's what's been said by a few people. Anything else to add about all the Destiny news?
Not at this time.
Alright, my Destiny clan is Destiny is a 3 out of 10. We're resurrecting ourselves. Sam, what's your clan?
My clan is Kanye West Smooth Jazz Club. No,
Alright.
not Kanye West, but just Kanye Smooth Jazz Club.
Oh, I love it. If we ever get any listeners and they want to join those clans,
Oh yeah, you're welcome to. I invite
Yeah.
people all the time.
we'll make some more out of it. I bet you I can get more people. I bet you the hate train is stronger.
Hey, whatever, man. You guys can hate all you want, but yet you're still playing. I like how you
Hate
say
us
the
because they
hate
ain't
train.
us.
Hate train, but you're the one who said, "Oh, we all think it's great," and you spoke for us.
Yeah, right.
You're so ridiculous. We all think it's great. Oh, the hate train. The hate train. Duh.
Destiny is a 3 out of 10 is a great clan. Full of
So
haters.
is Kanye Smooth Jazz Club. Kanye Smooth
That
Jazz
is.
Club.
I kind of really like that more, but
It's just so dumb. It's so dumb.
What
was
was
so
that?
dumb.
Somebody sent you to a Wikipedia for losers, and I went to Kanye.
Oh yeah, so if you go into your browser right now and type in loser.com, apparently it sends you to the Wikipedia page for Kanye West.
See, boom. Too bad he's a winner. He's a winner.
He really is. I don't know. Maybe if you type in winner.com.
He married the girl who broke the internet supposedly, and then he
Twice.
just
She
makes-
broke the internet twice.
Yeah, he just makes
She's been naked before.
hit after hit after hit. Kanye can't lose. The haters gonna hate.
Nah,
In other news,
Well, did she break the internet after the episode of South Park?
No.
All right, some more in a geek fashion. Joker and Nightcrawler images got released. Joker has tattoos of ha-has and Joker cards. And Nightcrawler looks really emo. Thoughts?
So dumb.
You was so dumb. I don't like how they're spelling out the Joker so much.
They are like focused on the Joker in Suicide Squad, and he wasn't even like the main character in the comics. I don't believe.
Yeah,
It was just like,
I just don't understand why they have to go like, all right. I mean, his green hair and then his kind of pale face is iconic, but like now they have to put ha 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 and like smiles and Joker cards all over his body to like even represent it more.
I don't understand the tats. I don't understand the one glove. I don't understand
Okay,
the black
for-
lipstick.
For viewers, where are these pictures gonna? What are they? Are they movies, games? What are they being in?
Suicide Squad. Okay.
Movie.
So
it's a
images
movie.
got released for Suicide Squad and what's the X-Men movie coming out?
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. So Suicide Squad is a bunch of the villains. The government attaches some kind of explosive device to them, and if the villains don't do what they're told, they'll kill them all. And so they have to go in and do these good things because the government's making these villains do it. Or super villains, I guess. So the Joker is part of that because Harley Quinn is one of the Suicide Squad members. So that's Jared Leto's new look, which, I mean, the movie isn't going to come out for a while, but there were some leaked images and stuff like that.
If it ever comes out.
It will now.
You think so? Who left at the beginning? They were gonna do it, but then they left.
Oh,
Hardy, right?
I think,
Tom Hardy left?
yeah, Tom Hardy left. I think it was scheduling
Yeah.
issues for him, though.
It has Will Smith in it, and Will Smith has been making crap. So I'm plus with the Joker picture on top of it. I was just like, screw this. Name the last Will Smith movie. You can't, see?
Racist.
Hitch.
That's the last one you remember. Ridiculous, see? Even that was
What's
mediocre.
Hancock? Hancock? Superhero
No.
movie where he's a drunk?
What
Yeah,
was the
that
Earth
was-
one?
After
Sun?
Earth. After
After
Earth.
Earth.
Yeah, I was pretty
was
sure it had
horrible.
Earth in it.
I didn't watch that movie, but I heard of it.
See?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? That was the last thing he did?
Wild West. Independence
You
Day.
Independence Day was good. Everything else you mentioned was just crap stuff.
He was in Rush Hour, right?
That's
What?
Chris Tucker. Not even the same name.
Jesus.
I know.
He was bad.
You do not
He
know.
was so dumb.
You is dumb.
I'm
For
so
real.
dumb.
All right.
Like, Nightcrawler, like that. He's supposed to be a teen. They find him, but he has like this really emo haircut.
He does. I'm looking at it right now. It looks awful.
It
He
does-
also
when
has a like
He
a
grew
blue
up in a
leather
circus.
jacket,
What do you expect?
a blue leather jacket,
So?
and the collar is popped up.
Yeah, he
I
looks
just-
really bad, and it makes me cringe because I don't know how they're gonna do Apocalypse, and I'm judging them on this stock photo of Nightcrawler,
It looks like he came out of Twilight for one.
right?
I heard that movie won't focus so much on Apocalypse, the
Why?
villain.
Why?
Like,
Why? They had a
I
teaser
heard-
at the end of Days of Future Past.
yeah, I thought there was some kind of leaked script or something for it where like 50% of the movie didn't have Apocalypse, or like had his coming up, but he wasn't actually like they were gonna do like almost like an origin story for him, and then he really didn't even like put pressure on the X-Men until like the later half of the movie, or even like
But they
confronts them in
confirmed-
any sort of way.
But they confirmed his 4 horsemen.
Did they? I don't know. It was a leaked
Yeah.
script, so it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Um,
They have a lot cutting out for them because Days of Future Past was darn good. I don't know, at least meet it. They don't have to top it, in my opinion, but at least meet that same caliber because I thought it was really good.
So we're kind of at the over an hour mark. Do we want to cut it off? I guess I'll cut this part out. I had a 15-minute intro, and we're at 48 minutes right now. So we can go into can games go too far, but
We can just make it 30 minutes or, like quick. I've seen podcasts that go like 120 or an hour and 20 minutes.
all right.
You're gonna cut
let's
it
see.
out? You're gonna cut it out even though you told them what they're gonna be hearing this podcast?
Oh,
we
that's
sta-
true.
We stayed a
huh?
long time. We stayed a long
Yeah.
time on Destiny, and I kept on trying to feed segues, and you did not take the bait.
I didn't want to cut it short again.
But we're gonna be talking about it the next couple of weeks because videos are gonna be coming.
Yeah. All right. So
We're
our
learning,
next
we're
subject.
learning.
Our next subject is can games go too far? My example was possibly Miami Hotline. An excessive amount of killing in there. Lots of
Yeah,
blood.
I raised
Fucked
you Mortal
up
Kombat
themes.
X.
Mortal Kombat X.
I raised you that.
I feel like they go gory on purpose, though.
Well, what
I
game
guess,
doesn't
I guess
go
the
gory
other
on
games do
purpose?
that.
You have to intentionally put it in. It's purposeful.
I feel like that's I don't know. I always feel like that's Mortal Kombat is like, it's
Oh,
just
like
a
it's
bunch of
known for that.
fatalities that push
Yeah.
it as far as it can go. I guess it could really be put in that subject. So
And it's kind of like above reality, really. Where like every like that one COD game where you got to kill people in the airport, that was
yeah.
that was really close to home for like terrorist attacks. But Mortal Kombat is really like fantasy killing and gore.
Yeah, they're very made-up characters in that, I
him.
guess.
Fatality.
That guy's using
Show ya
spirit
win.
skulls to kill things. That's a Native American with a tomahawk using thunder. Hooray.
You don't know. They could use thunder.
Yeah,
He's
there's
breakdancing, bro.
he's rain dancing.
His
There
hat-
are
his
no
hat is
stereotypes here
razor
at
sharp.
all. I don't.
His hat is razor sharp, and yet it doesn't cut his hands when he throws it.
Yeah,
I think that's a different
that
guy.
guy.
No,
That
it's a
guy is
different guy.
brutal.
That's like
Yeah.
that's not Liu Kang. It's somebody else. Is it Liu Kang?
No, it's some other. No, it's
It's
another
an
guy.
Asian guy. It's an Asian guy. We'll listen
Another
to that.
Asian guy. Too many Asian guys, maybe.
Can these games go too far? Why what would make you say it went too far? Is my question.
What did?
Any game, like
All right,
what
well-
would be too far for you?
Well, that's what I would thought. Okay, we'll share our experiences of a game that went too far, I guess. I haven't had too many. I guess my too far is like, I don't know, maybe when there's excessive blood. Playing Hotline Miami 2, there's blood everywhere. It doesn't really bother me, but then, like, you're sitting on the couch and these psychopaths are talking and they're like, I guess we'll go kill shit. And it just seems like dumb narrative to, like, fun gameplay. Other than that, I think, like sex in games sometimes goes too far.
I was just about to say that. I think
Just
why
'cause,
do you
like-
need to simulate? Why do you need to simulate that?
I saw the guy playing, and okay, so the character, he calls somebody up, and he's like, "Let me talk to your boss," and he's the guy's just blowing him up, and he's like, "Oh hell no!" And it's this big old fat guy. He was like trying to talk to somebody, gets in his car, drives over to the place, puts on his fucking snake mask, and just goes in there and starts blowing people away because he didn't answer the fucking phone.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like,
that can happen. That can happen.
What kind of story is that?
Yeah.
So we're
it's-
really not opposed. We're not opposed to gore as much as it has to have a reason. As long
Like-
as you give like a decent enough reason, you can give me all the gore you want.
Yeah, like the context, I guess.
Except like sex scenes is a no-no. Like I don't think you need to simulate that.
I feel like
God of
they're.
War.
I mean, I guess really at
You-
the point. I feel like God of War was pretty subtle. I mean, I guess it got worse and worse. I mean, the point you got to look at is like, where does
You guys have obviously never played The Witcher.
I started playing The
It's
Witcher.
The Witcher, bro. It's
That's
The
why
Witcher.
I
It's
bring
The
some of this
Witcher,
up.
bro. And then you get a little card for a memento the night.
Oh, yeah, you
Ridiculous.
haven't played Dragon Age, right? Dragon Age Inquisition has like all kinds of crap like that.
Yep.
I think
What
it's
is
too
it? Number
far.
3 actually shows stuff, right?
It shows penetration.
Does it?
Uh,
Jesus.
no,
No, I don't know.
They're,
I don't know.
They're naked. They're naked. You can see them fully naked, basically.
Inquisition shows that.
You don't see the junk down below, but
Everything above the waist
That-
is okay.
they're on top of each other, and it clearly does a nice little pan view of it.
I don't understand why.
It
I
was a
mean-
moonlit night.
At some point, you have like maybe it's art.
I guess.
It's more and more displaying. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I see that. Because like in movies, no one ever questions, oh, why are they lying naked? Why is it going on?
Yeah,
So,
like some
why
of it
would
is
we
to like
question it?
more relate to like reality. Like, I guess the reality of the situation is like, I don't know. Like
I guess
people
if
have
it-
sex and that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And
If the conversation's important and it's in bed, they're like most likely they're gonna be naked. They're not gonna be fully clothed when they're together in bed. And this conversation is important, and it's a necessity that they're in bed naked.
I just
I don't
feel like
know.
at some points, like I'm sitting there with a game, and I'm like, if they start kissing, and let's say he throws her down on the bed, and then it pans away and just shows up the next day, like, I feel like I understand what happens, and I don't need them to paint me any more of a picture than that, like, because then at one point it just becomes like this weird 3D voyeurism for me. Like I'm just
Keeping
watching
calm.
like two people having sex that are virtual. And then it's like, well, if anybody bursts in the room right now, like, is it considered like I'm sitting here watching porn and I got caught? Like, and I already knew what they were doing. So, like, for context of story, like, I really didn't need them to go this far to show me what was happening.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But bro,
I
we
guess-
lose a mature rating if we don't add this.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, playing The Witcher is so ridiculous. Like, you go into a city and there's like whores there and they want to have sex with you, and then you go to like the shipyard and there's harbor whores there, and like I just can't imagine how many prefixes they can put in front of whore so that they can be everywhere.
Okay, so The Witcher goes too far for you. Would Grand Theft Auto go too far for you?
No. Apparently you can have sex in the new Grand Theft Auto 5 in first-person mode. So you can see her bob your junk as she gives you head.
But
And then you can go to strip clubs where they rub your tits all over you. So,
that'd be too far.
but
Right at the beginning of the game.
they're optional things, I think. I don't think at any point you're forced to watch any of them.
You were forced to watch it until they updated it because it became controversial. You had to press the button at the right time so you can pass this event.
I feel like maybe if they were portraying one of the characters, it's like, oh, he's this person that's like a drunk and hangs out at strip clubs.
Well, no, okay, so the whole point of going to the strip club was the guy couldn't get it up, and he was trying, like, he kept going to the strip club to try and get it up, but he couldn't.
I feel like that's kind of like the absurd Grand Theft Auto humor, though. So, like, for me, sometimes it's in a different context. Like, it's not in a, like, you fuck this girl, now watch. Like, it's, there's some kind of, like, funny humor towards it.
Like, what would be the, oh, heck no, I'm going to return this game. Like, this is unforgivable. Like, they clearly crossed the line, and everyone would agree with me. For you.
Maybe we should ask Australia what crosses the line.
Don't they ban everything?
Yeah, basically. Or they ban Grand Theft Auto until the freaking whatever company, Rockstar? Until they took out that part of the strip club scene.
Wow.
Yeah, they're pretty harsh on their game ratings.
And then the copies with the strip club scene got leaked to Australia, and then they sued them.
Oh, really? Huh.
Or they tried to sue them. I don't think it went through.
I don't know if there's something that would be too graphic. Maybe rape. I couldn't see a game that would get made that would ever like leave production and get on a AAA
there was a really
production line.
There was a crazy game.
Like, horror games are pretty gory, like, but that doesn't cross any lines, right?
Yeah, nah, not really for me. I mean, they can be gory where to me it gets maybe a little distasteful, but it'd be nothing I'd really bitch about. I'd be like, yeah, the game's pretty intense.
And then like that was your
that would be my one word chalk up.
And they go and buy it, and like, that was way past intense.
Yeah, and then they would know, man, LaShawn has some lenient lines. I don't know, man. I guess rape would really put me in an awkward situation, but I mean, it depends on the context again. Like, if they made my character simulate rape on someone else, I think I'd draw the line there, and that'd be a return, and that'd be a pour out words of telling people not to buy it consistently.
Yeah. So games can't go too far for you, really.
Well, that would be the far point.
Yeah, but you'd have to be simulating it, and I don't think they would ever do that.
If they made me watch it too, I don't know. I feel like there was a... I'm trying to think. I thought there was a game there where there was like some rape context.
Context, but I don't think they ever showed it.
Yeah, maybe not. But...
There was I can't remember what the name is, but it was a crazy game. In the beginning of the trailer was this guy. He was loading up all these guns on this table and like putting them in his trench coat and with grenades and all kinds of stuff. And then the last thing he grabs is this shotgun, and he goes outside and he starts just blowing people away. Just anybody he could get his hands on. And then like they show some gameplay footage from up above, and you're just murdering people for no reason.
I feel like
the whole object of the game was it was pretty much like Postal, except it was.
Is that a recent game?
Yeah, it wasn't too
Yeah,
long ago that I saw it.
yeah. I forgot the name of it. That guy got under a bunch of heat too because it was so pointless. I guess really where I draw the line is the context that it's used in. Like,
Yeah.
but like once again, I think like a lot of the context can be said through speech and not maybe like you seeing it. But like I guess there's like if you see it, there's more maybe of a sympathetic or emotional attachment.
Like, I think one of the games I felt went too far was like, what is it, Twisted Metal Black? Like that whole storyline. I was like, this is really twisted.
Was that on PlayStation? I don't think I
PlayStation 3,
played that.
remember? Yeah, you had it. We went and played it at your house. And
Oh,
he like killed his family or whatever.
that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
I
was the
felt
new
like,
Twisted Metal that just came out, or that came
oh
out
yeah.
recently. The most recent.
I felt like that
Uh,
story was just so ridiculous to just be a bunch of cars fighting each other, and then it's like, oh, we're gonna add this storyline though.
I feel like at some point you push yourself to like the absurdity level where you're just being so, I don't know, obvious with what you're doing is like that's the point.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I really feel like it's all. I guess it's very situational on when it's okay and when it isn't, and the point that you're trying to get across,
I'm
and the
surprised.
lesson that's being learned from it, I guess, is really a big one.
Well, I mean, just for me, like I
No,
thought that storyline was dumb.
Yeah.
nobody thought Binding of Isaac went too far.
Nah, I think the artwork
I mean,
helped save it.
It was. I
I
mean,
mean, but deep
it
down
was
under,
so
it was just
interpretational.
it was so demented and fucking like one of the main things to play was this demonic fucking thing, and then you build up black hearts and just become ridiculously overpowered. And then like a lot of the main power-ups came from like fucking devil statues with fucking pentagrams and shit.
Yeah,
Well, like, I feel
that's
like
true.
the gameplay, like there was gameplay there, and there was like a subtle story in case you were interested.
But then,
But
like, you're also shooting poop with tears.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's why it's like really ridiculous.
And
But
then
this one's
the whole thing I got was like every enemy that I was killing was mom's fucking child that she threw down into the basement.
what?
And
uh,
I don't really understand that whole storyline except, oh, mom's trying to kill me, so I went down to the basement and I had to fight my way through this whole thing and then
I heard
kill
wasn't
her.
it his
And
imagination?
was it?
I think
Yeah,
I
no,
think it was a lot of his imagination.
Huh?
I don't
I haven't
know.
played that game in ages.
It's yeah. We played that game when we were streaming. We were trying to do the
Yeah.
two guys in a cartridge. That was now it's
three
evolved.
guys, and it's
Now it's
successful.
evolved. Um.
We ate
Oh,
a
I
rare
forgot.
candy and we leveled up.
Then we what?
We ate a rare candy and we leveled up, and then we evolved.
We did. We're
Three
law.
guys.
We're law. Three
Lock-
guys and a
lock
Did,
cartridge.
did you
gamers.
did
Log
you
gamers.
digivolve?
We
No,
did
because then we would go back to two guys. Digimonsters devolve. Come on. Jeez. This guy. Did you digivolve? Hey, but they're bringing that series back. With the
Are they?
original
Sure they are.
characters. No, they are. With the original characters. You can Bing that. I'll bet you they are.
All right, Anthony. Is there a game you've played that's gone too far? I feel like we've all shared our story. Have you
I
personally
think,
played a game that you?
I've pretty much played every game except for Hotline Miami that we discussed. Miami. Not Miami, Miami.
Did you feel like any of them went too far?
Um, Personally, it's all just... It's just video game fiction.
Yeah. There's like a
If you did-
disassociation.
If you didn't like the game, then don't fucking play it.
I
mean,
feel like
obviously you felt some kind of connection or you just found it enjoyable to just keep playing, whether or not the story or what you were doing was wrong.
I think that's the point. Most people play games is to do things they can't do in real life, right?
I play games for the story, except for games like fucking Destiny, where I'm just playing for friends.
Yeah, but essentially you're doing things you can't do in real life.
You mean like Infamous Second Son? Yeah, that game you're playing right now? Huh?
Laying down the
Yeah.
bones.
Boom. There it is, yeah.
Well, if we have any final notes, place them now.
Destiny is a 3 out of a 10.
It is a 3 out of a 10.
Did we just blow your fucking mind?
Well, that's gonna wrap it up for, now that I think about it, a pretty grim fucking episode.
Yeah, we were sad this whole
For
time.
our first one.
I went through like 3 boxes of Kleenex right now. Jeez.
Yeah,
What started off was a fucking the greatest game in the world bullshit.
Yeah, and I feel like it's emo Nightcrawler that made me get into this kind of mood. Like I feel like we were all pretty like emo-ish this entire time.
we should really
Every
Go ahead.
time, like, I'm just gonna blame emo Nightcrawler for like everything.
Yeah, I really think we should blame Axeman for this. Bryan
No,
Singer.
not all of them, just emo Nightcrawler.
Emo Nightcrawler. That's it. We'll find out that actor's name for the next episode and just say, curse you, blah, blah.
For this grim first episode. Next week
All
we'll
right.
be happier. We swear.
So, this has been...
Tell your Final Destination story again.
It's on the show. He'll have to listen to it. I'm sorry that he cut off, but it's there.
It was so good. It was
like
so
I
good,
told
you
them
gotta tell
too.
twice.
The time has passed. Little did you know.
The
So,
hand
this has been-
not yet strike 12.
I will finish this damn podcast if it ends me.
Tell it
This has been
twice.
3 guys in a cartridge. Our first episode. I'll be
Rewind.
making
Rewind.
Twitter and a Facebook and a Instagram.
Please
I don't know,
subscribe.
whatever.
Please
I'll
subscribe.
make lots of stuff.
Please subscribe.
Please subscribe. I guess for now. I'm Eric. You can follow me at HotXXFuzz on Twitter. That's all I really have right now. I have an Instagram with the same name.
But he doesn't post, so don't follow.
Where? Yeah, I just creep. Where can the good folks find Sam?
Hey, my name's Sam. I am not on Twitter, but I guess I should join that piece. I am on Instagram. I've posted 4 pictures. You can follow me at MarcoYolo07.
Very nice.
And this is Anthony, Roger, and
Rajesh.
yeah, Rajesh. Go ahead and subscribe. Nah, don't do it. Take it.
All right, folks. Good night.
That was